the latest health coverage and medical news. Here's Healthwise with Karen McKay.
Joel Harragan made news during a tragedy in Seagraves a few years ago. He's back now with a new purpose. It was nearly 3 years ago when Alex Brown, a senior at Seagraves High School, was killed on her way to school. She had been texting and driving.
All of a sudden, this happened so quickly, so suddenly, so unexpectedly.
Joel Harragan was the principal who shared the news with the students.
Everybody wants to know why this happened.
There were questions like that today for Joel Harragan as he walked with a cane into another high school. But no longer a principal, he came to Lorenzo High as a special guest.
You get in it because of the kids, and then when you get out of it, you miss the kids.
And you're back.
I'm back.
Shall I tell you what it's like? Dying?
Tuesdays with Maury is a best-selling book that became a movie, the true story of a young sports writer who took notes during the last 15 Tuesdays he spent with a favorite teacher who was dying of ALS, or Lou Gerigs Disease.
Thanks, guys.
After studying the book, Kinsey Kynard's entire class wore T-shirts in support of Joel Harragan, another teacher with life lessons, having also been diagnosed with ALS 3 months ago.
We got a cake, too.
Oh, you're kidding me.
It's Tuesday with Joel.
You know anything about this disease that I've got here, this Lou Gerigs disease? It melts you like a candle. You know?
Right now, for the most part, it's in my lower torso, it's in my legs.
But this was not a class about sadness. Instead, it was about appreciating life and weathering the storms.
My storm is ALS, but I'm talking to people in here right now that's got storms going on in their lives. And how we handle those storms and what we do with those storms makes a difference.
Just getting up from a chair takes some effort now for Joel, but he stood when he asked the class to share their questions, just as the sports writer had quizzed Maury in the movie.
Are you scared?
You better believe it. You better believe it.
This was an hour of honesty and real-life lessons on the value of living life to its fullest.
Have you ever contemplated taking the easy way out or suicide?
And you're right. That's the easy way out. I don't want to go through it, but what if Maury hadn't gone through it? The book you read wouldn't be a book. A lot of lives have been touched because of that book.
And how many more lives will be touched as this teacher continues the message of the book?
I'm a lucky man.
You're lucky?
Yeah, I still got time to learn. Time to say goodbye to the people I love. And time to teach my final course.
About dying?
Not about dying, about living.
After this first Tuesday with Joel, the class gets a special picture with their guest, and Joel leaves with a personal letter from each student, something that appears to be medicine for the soul.
I gotta give you a hug.
Oh, it's all right. Oh, sweetheart, that means the world to me.
Good medicine. And Joel is such a positive person. There's so much more that he said that was uplifting that we didn't have time to share tonight. But the important thing to remember is if you're looking for a speaker for your classroom or organization, Joel Harragan would be fantastic. And he'd like to spend many more Tuesdays sharing his story, which is a positive outlook on life for however long you live.
Really great. How do people get hold of him? Or,
you know, I'm glad you asked. And if you'll just give us till tomorrow morning to post all this, we'll have it on our website by the morning.
all right. Great story. Thank you, Karen. And